Okay, hello everybody, big welcome. Thank you for coming and joining to your English class. Remember, we have today Tuesday. We are in Tuesday and it's a beautiful day. And we have to begin in the class reading about the versicle. And here we go to Matthew 5:10. Remember, we are in the series of the Beatitudes, and we are going to talking about to persecuted for righteousness. Persecuted for righteousness. Well, let's see Matthew 5:10. The Lord said to us, blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for they is the kingdom of heaven. Okay, well, pay attention because we are going to take a look for this versicle and another version for the Bible in English. For that, we have to go to Bible Hub. And we are going to find in Bible Hub many translations for this. But here we have to pay attention for the expression persecuted for because of righteousness of persecuted for righteousness. Is in the same way. Okay, pay attention because for today we are going to take a look for New Living Translation. And then the New Living Translation says, God blesses those who are persecuted for doing right, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. Okay, let's see. Bienvenidos, gracias a todos por conectarse. Estamos iniciando la clase de este día, ¿verdad? Leyendo la palabra de Dios en el versículo que nos toca esta semana. Es interesante, ayer introducíamos este vocablo, ¿verdad? De persecuted como perseguidos, persecución, ¿verdad? Persecución por causa de la justicia. Pero explicábamos que esto no tiene nada que ver con la justicia de los hombres. Es más, tiene que ver con la justicia del reino de Dios o del reino de los cielos. Pero vamos a ir a ver en la New Living Translation que siempre está la palabra persecuted, pero dice for doing right, for doing right, por hacer lo correcto, perseguidos por hacer lo correcto. Bueno, hoy en día podríamos preguntarnos posiblemente quizás en el país que nos ha tocado vivir y por lo menos en esta era en la que estamos viviendo y en El Salvador, podríamos decir, bueno, aquí no hay persecución religiosa. Es decir, no el Estado, por ejemplo, permite la libertad de culto, podemos creer en lo que querramos creer, pero es de hacer notar que quizás podríamos pensar, bueno, cuando Jesús le dijo esto a sus discípulos, lo estaba diciendo porque sabía que en un futuro ellos iban a ser perseguidos, iban a ser asediados por los romanos los iban a meter a sus circos, los iban a dar a crucificar, los iban a dar de comer a los leones para entretenerse, los iban a tener presos, bueno, una serie de sufrimientos y padecimientos que los denominados mártires de la iglesia primitiva sufrieron. Y tendría sentido decir, bueno, ellos fueron perseguidos, pero hoy en día, ¿qué sucede? Pues déjenme contarles que hoy en día sigue habiendo persecución por causa del Gospel de Jesus o del Evangelio de Jesucristo. Aunque pareciera cuestión de que quizás es muy lejos, pensaríamos, bueno, esto quizás aplica más para países allá ubicados en el Medio Oriente, donde está el Estado Islámico, ¿verdad? Y que son de esos gobiernos muy dictatoriales o donde hay leyes muy duras. O pensar quizás en países comunistas, ¿verdad? Que siempre han tenido, digamos, esa situación de oponerse a las prácticas religiosas o el pensamiento marxista, ¿verdad? De que la religión es el opio de los pueblos y cosas por el estilo. Diríamos, bueno, en esos países tal vez, pero nos habían compartido hace poco un reportaje, ¿verdad? Que es actual, es del año pasado, que habla acerca de la persecución actual de cristianos, de personas que profesan la fe en Jesucristo. Curiosamente, hay varios países, ¿verdad? Allí figuran, por ejemplo, Nigeria, Etiopía, China y otros cuantos más, Diríamos, están lejos, ¿verdad? Están lejos, pero da curiosidad ese reportaje en donde entre los países donde hay más persecución para los cristianos, hay países que nos rodean, que están muy cercanos a nosotros. Es casi un triángulo, estamos casi en un triángulo entre esos países. Y en ese reportaje sale que hay persecución de cristianos en México, en Nicaragua y en Colombia. Esos tres países se han colado a la lista de países en donde los cristianos son perseguidos por defender su fe, for doing right, por hacer lo correcto. Debemos de tomar en cuenta que en muchos países, ¿verdad? Si bien es cierto, se predica el evangelio, actualmente vemos un evangelio muy cómodo, un evangelio que no toca puntos cruciales. Todos aquellos que nos reconocemos como malas personas, que hemos obrado mal, que hemos hecho cosas muy malas de las cuales nos arrepentimos, cuando le entregamos el señorío de nuestra vida a Jesucristo, nos damos cuenta que eso no se debe de hacer, que cometimos grandes errores que no estaríamos dispuestos a volver a pagar, a cometerlos y volver a pagar las consecuencias de los mismos. Y claro, decirle a alguna persona, no lo hagas, Dios dice que eso no es bueno y te lo digo que no lo hagas porque yo lo hice y me fue muy mal, es parte de doing the right, es parte de hacer lo correcto. Entonces, esto de ser perseguidos por la justicia o righteousness tiene que ver precisamente, y por eso me gusta mucho esta traducción, perseguidos por hacer lo correcto, por hacer lo que es debido. En otras palabras, debemos como cristianos siempre señalar que está bíblicamente incorrecto a nuestros semejantes, hacerles ver que lo que están haciendo no es de acuerdo a lo que Dios dice. Y claro, eso genera escozor, genera divisiones, genera que nos repudien, que nos digan, ah, ya te la llevas vos de espíritu flautico, vos ya venís con tu religión, o ya venís metiendo a Dios en esto. Y pues eso es precisamente lo que dijo Dios. Nos van a señalar, nos van a perseguir, nos van a criticar por decir la verdad, por hablarles de Cristo, por decirles, mira, Dios te ama, deja de hacer eso que andas haciendo, entregate al Señor. Pero aquí está la bienaventuranza, aquí está la beatitud. Dice, for they is the kingdom of heaven. Solamente quien ha adquirido los valores del reino, puede saber qué es lo correcto, puede saber qué es lo que Dios manda. Y por lo tanto, solamente quien defiende el reino de Dios, pues va a poseerlo. Bueno, así que ahí tendremos esta situación para meditar. Y el día de hoy solo vamos a quedarnos con ese versículo, ¿verdad? Adicional, que nos expresa mejor qué es eso. What is persecuted because righteousness is to be persecuted for doing right? Well, according to the Bible, according to God, according to the Lord Jesus, according to the Holy Spirit inside of our hearts. Well, that's gonna be all. Bueno, vamos a ir a la clase del día de ahora. Estamos en los exercises. Well, let's see. Here we go with Tío McCarthy. Vamos a ver al Uncle McCarthy. Ya cubrimos los primeros. Hoy nos toca ir del 2-4. Okay, there is something interesting. Maybe you can look for the picture. This picture is like an icon for us in this part. What does it mean? Okay, you have to go to the mini dictionary at the end of the book. Cuando en estos ejercicios aparezca ese diccionario que está ahí, significa que la recomendación que nos hace McCarthy es ir a el diccionario que está en el libro, en este mismo libro, para poder resolver este ejercicio. Bien. Aunque tenemos el de Longman, ya hemos dicho, el de Longman es más extenso, pero podemos usar el de McCarthy para ir más al grano, ¿verdad? Para resolver. Y ya habíamos dicho que incluso cuando vamos allí y vemos la frase verbal, nos aparece hasta en las páginas en las que se está usando, o los number of the page, los números de las páginas para saber con qué ejercicio va cada cosa. Entonces, vamos a hacer eso el día de ahora. Okay, let's see. Pero, what we have to do? Replace. Vamos a reemplazar. Tenemos aquí palabras como ignore it, como believe, como understand, como purse y como omit. What do we have to do? Vamos a reemplazar esas palabras por un phrasal verb. Entonces, tenemos aquí verbs y tenemos particles. Vamos a anotar por acá los verbs. Tenemos make. This is the first one. Make. Okay. I'm going to use a tiny typewriter. Sorry. If we go again. Okay. Make is one. Chase. Brush. Leave. Fall. These are the verbs. And the particles are up, for, out, aside, and one more time out. Okay, we have two out. Well, great. And let's go to the mini dictionary. And we have to remember in this another part, I'm going to write the words. Let's see. I'm going to use red color for this. Okay, like ignore, like believe, understand, pursue, and omit. Okay, now remember we can find the mini dictionary from Cambridge in the page 186. 186. Okay, here we are. I'm going to move this to this part and this one to this another part. Okay, and we have to, well, let's see. We're going to begin with letter B. Let's start with letter B. Letter B is for brush. Okay, here we go to brush. Okay, here we have brush. We have two options, brush aside and brush up. It could be brush on. Okay, let's take a look for the first one. Is brush aside somebody or something. And we can use in another way like brush something or somebody aside. And it says to refuse to listen to know what someone says or refuse to think about something seriously. This is one of the first options. And for the other one, brush up something to practice and improve your skill or knowledge of something that you learned in the past that have partly forgotten. Okay, well, we have in the first sentences, ignore, believe, understand, force, and admit. Well, what word we can replace, and what do you think what we have to use at first? Brush aside or brush up? Tell me what to try to make the match. At first, what we can use to like the particle is up or maybe is aside. And the second thing that we have to thinking about is, okay, with brush aside or with brush up, I can replace one of these verbs, like ignore, believe, understand, pursue, or admit. Tell me, what do you think? Okay, there is somebody. Somebody wants to tell me something? Nobody? Okay, maybe nobody gets. If you don't get, I'm going to do this. Pay attention for this. We have brush, and we have two options. Brush aside and brush up. Try to pay attention. If we say, it's brush aside, what is brush aside? It's refuse to listen. Refuse to listen. I'm not going to listen to you. Hey, brush aside. And brush up. What is the meaning for brush up? Practice or improve. Practice or improve. Now tell me, for refuse to listen, we can make a match with these words, or for brush up, like practice or improve, we can make a match for this word is ignore, believe, understand, pursue, or omit related to brush up or to brush aside. What do you think? Tell me, I need your participations. Hello, is somebody there? Or I'm alone? Tell me.
Brush aside.
Brush aside. Okay, thank you so much, mister. Brush aside. Pay attention. Why brush aside? Well, refuse to listen. We can make that match for brush aside, like refuse to listen, to ignore. It's like ignore. Brush aside. Ignore somebody. I'm ignore somebody. What I am doing? Brush aside. Brush somebody aside, or maybe brush aside somebody, or can be with something too. Well, that means that we are going to say, okay, well, we are going to use, I'm going to move this over here and this one over here. And we are going to make them match. Okay, we are going to say brush. I'm going to use another color for this. It's green color. Brush aside. Brush aside is like ignore. Brush aside is gonna be like ignore. Okay, this is the first one. And here we have brush and aside. Brush and aside. Okay, let's go to the next. The next is with letter C and is chase. Let's go to chase. Chase. Okay, here we are in chase. We have chase up and just two. Chase up somebody, one meaning, and the other one is this one. The third one say to ask someone to do something that they say they will do, but they haven't not yet. And the other definition is to try to get something that belongs to you or that you need, or to try to discover more information about something. Okay, it's clear. We have to use, because there is another option. We only have chase with the particle up, just that. That means this is easy because we are going to say, okay, we only have chase. We only can use chase in this case with with up. Just in this way, chase up. Now we have to try to look, to make, or maybe to make the match in the words. We already done with ignore. We have believe, understand, pursue, and omit. Okay, tell me, and what we are going to do the match? Nobody? No? Okay, no worries. In this case, we are going to use, I think it's to ask someone to do something is not clear because, hey, do something that they say you will do it, but you don't have done yet. I don't think it's that in that way because it's not for believe, it's not for understand, it's not for pursue, and it's not for omit. The other definition, try to get something that belongs to you or that you need. Well, it's not with believe, understand, pursue, and omit. No, but this another part. Try to discover more information about something because remember, pursue is like to say in English to search, to search, to search something, to search something. When we search, we are going to discover. If I make a search, I find information, and I'm going to do. Hey, I'm going to say, hey, I discovered this. Well, it's gonna be pursue. Well, that means that we are going to say, okay, chase up is like pursue. Well, we have two. Let's go to the next. Let's continue. We have in the next is gonna be letter F for fall. Remember, we are going to find in the way or maybe in the order according to the ABC. We go to the letter D and letter F. And here we are in fall. In fall, we have many particles. For example, fall apart, fall behind, fall down, fall for, and fall out, fall over, fall through, and that is all. Okay, according to this, what we can use? Well, we have down is not down. We have four. Maybe can be four because we have four over there. It could be four, but here we have out two. We have four and out, two options. And we are going to decide what is the correct one. What is going to be the correct one for this? Well, take a look for the definition. Fall for something or somebody is something informal to be attracted to someone or something. Well, when we say, hey, I like you. Hey, I like you. We say to someone, hey, I like you. To be attracted. Well, and we have another definition for fall for something to be tricked into believing something that is not true. Okay, it's like when somebody cheat you and you believe in that person, but it's not true. Well, that is for fall for. And here we have one more, fall out. towards you with someone and stop being friendly with them. Stop being friendly, trick it into believing and attracted to someone. We have the option. We have for option believe, understand, and omit. Tell me what we had to use. Fall for or fall out?
Fall for.
Okay. Could you repeat me, please?
Fall for.
Fall for. Okay. And what is the verb in the red one? What we are going to use?
Believe.
Believe. Okay. Very nice. It's correct. Fall for and believe. That is going to be the match for this case. And we're going to say, okay, now we can say we have fall for is like to say, believe, but believe in, it's like believe, but it's not believe. Is when somebody make a trick, believe in a trick. We're going to say this, believe in a trick. Well, and here we have. Maybe in Spanish we are going to say, hey, caíste, ¿verdad? Dice, te engañé, hice una broma o te dije algo y vos caíste redondo. Okay, for. Well, and we have one more, and we have live and make two. We have two more. Here we go with the next. G H J K L. Okay, we go to live. Okay, here we have over here. Okay, here we have live. Leave aside. Well, we already use aside. In this case, we already use aside. It's not this. Leave behind, and there is not leave behind. We only have out. We have to say, okay, we are going to use out. It's the only way. And here we have leave out. Somebody or something. To not include someone or something. Not include. Not include. Well, we are going to find a synonym for this. And tell me, it's clear. We have to use live, in this case, live with out. Now tell me what we are going to use, understand or omit? Omit. It's clear. Is not include someone or something. Okay. And now we can say, well, leave out is like to say omit. Well, and we have the last one. We're going to take a look for make. We know, okay, is make out, and is for understand. We can say, okay, by default, it's clear, but it's better to take a look for that. Here we have make out, to be able to see or hear something, usually with difficulty. Make out, another, to understand. This is maybe it could be to understand. And we have here another definition, to write all necessary information. Is another one, to understand why someone behaves in the way that they do. We have many definitions, and in all these definitions, the common theme is understand. Understand something in many ways. Make out, understand. Okay, we are going to write, I'm going to write over here. Make out. Make out is like understand. Okay, now we know that. And we are going to return to the page. I remember it's page number 12 for the exercise 2 in McCarthy book. Okay, well, I'm going to clear something because we're not going to use it anymore. Let's see. Well, I can clear that. Okay. Put over there. And let's see, we have here like broach aside, chase up, fall forward, leave out, and make out. Okay, now we are going to make the replaces for this. I'm going to use better this option. Well, they just ignored my complaint. It's made me very angry. Now we know. Okay, we can say they just brush aside. Brush aside my complaints. We can say they just brush aside my complaints. It's most common to say they just ignored. Brush aside. Well, but it's in past tense. For that, brush. Do you remember about the past tense for brush? Somebody remember the past tense for brush? Nobody? Well, no worries. We can go to dictionary.com. Remember, and we can write over here the verb, and we are going to remember that. If I don't remember, we have to make a question. Hey, tell me dictionary.com. Tell me about the verb brush. I don't remember about the past tense, or maybe I don't remember the definition. I don't remember the pronunciation. I want to know that. Okay, and here we have like a noun, and here we have like a verb. And pay attention. Ed. Ed. Okay, is one of the regular verb for the past tense. Okay. Project aside. Well, and for the second one, I believe his history is another with past. In this as time, we're going to say believe is like, we say like in a tweak. Okay, I believe his history about having lots of his money. How stupid I was. Okay, in this case, I fall for his history. But in this case is for the past. And the past tense, do you remember the past tense for fall? What is the past tense for fall? This is one of the irregular verbs. For that, we are going to say felt. Maybe you don't remember, but it's felt for. I felt for his history about having lots of all his money. Felt for. Okay, nice. Well, let's continue with number 3. Number 3 we have, I couldn't understand what he was saying with all the noise. Okay, we can say, I couldn't, in this case, like understand. Well, I couldn't make out. In this case, remember, could, don't. There we have, in this part, we have the past for can. Could. I couldn't understand. I couldn't make out what he was saying. Okay. And for number 4, I'm going to put number 4 over here. Could you force Janet report? She promised it last week, but I haven't seen it yet. Okay, in this case, it's gonna be like chase up. Like to find something. Or make a search for something. Will you chase up Jane's report? And for number 5, I'm going to do over here. If you are running from outside the country amid the first 0 in the city code. Okay, instead of mid is better to use leave out. Leave out. Okay, these are the expressions in this case. Well, I'm going to take the screenshot for you. Just give me 1 second. Okay, and here we have the screenshot. Well, entonces cerraríamos la clase el día de hoy con ese ejercicio. En ese ejercicio, lo que hemos tratado